The Krillian freighter Gentle Horizon tumbled through space, its hull breached in 17 places. Captain Zekthar watched helplessly as the raider fleet circled his dying vessel like scavengers around a carcass. His crew of 43 huddled in the remaining pressurized sections, waiting for the inevitable. "They're hailing us," his communications officer wheezed through a damaged respirator. Zekthar knew what came next. The Ravagers had terrorized the outer colonies for 3 cycles now, their brutal efficiency matched only by their cruelty. They would board, take what they wanted, and leave no witnesses. The Galactic Council's fleet was spread too thin, fighting wars on a dozen fronts. No one was coming to help. "This is Ravager Prime," a guttural voice crackled over the speakers. "Surrender your cargo and crew, or we'll vent every section and pick through the wreckage." Zekthar's 4-fingered hand trembled over the response button. He had a mate waiting on Krillos Prime, 2 offspring who'd just entered their learning phase. He'd promised them he'd return. Before he could respond, his sensor officer's antennae shot straight up. "Captain!" New contact emerging from slipspace, bearing 270, range 50,000 kilometers. "Reinforcements?" Zekthar felt a flutter of hope. "No, sir. The signature is wrong. It's not Krillian, not Vexen. Not any council species I recognize." On the view screen, space tore open like fabric, and something emerged that made Zekthar's blood run cold. Not from fear of it, but fear for the raiders who had just gone very, very quiet. The vessel was unlike anything in the known galaxy. Where most ships were elegant curves and smooth lines, this was all brutal angles and armored plates. It bristled with weapons, kinetic cannons, missile batteries, energy projectors, more firepower than a council cruiser twice its size. Painted across its scarred hull in angular script was a single word: Defiance. "Sir," the sensor officer's voice quavered, "I'm reading the vessel's origin database. It's human." A collective gasp echoed through the bridge. Humans were myths, legends whispered in the dark corners of space stations, a species that had supposedly destroyed themselves in savage wars before achieving spaceflight. Their homeworld was quarantined, marked as a graveyard planet on all star charts. But this was no ghost. "Attention, Ravager vessels." A new voice cut through every frequency, clear and cold as the void itself. "This is Commander Sarah Chen of the Terran Federation Warship Defiance. You are ordered to stand down immediately and release the freighter. This is your only warning." The Ravager commander's laugh was like grinding metal. "1 ship? Against our fleet of 20? Human, your species should have stayed dead. We'll add your wreck to our collection." "Acknowledged," Commander Chen replied, and Zekthar detected something terrifying in her tone. Anticipation. Weapons free. "All hands to combat stations." The Defiance moved. Zekthar had seen combat before, had witnessed the elegant dances of council warships trading energy blasts across vast distances. This was nothing like that. This was violence distilled to its purest form. The human warship accelerated at speeds that should have liquefied any organic crew, its inertial dampeners far beyond anything the Council had developed. It dove straight into the Ravager formation, point defense systems shredding incoming fire like paper. Its main cannon spoke, not with energy but with solid slugs accelerated to relativistic speeds. The first 3 Ravager ships simply ceased to exist, torn apart by the kinetic impacts. "By the ancestors," Zekthar breathed. The Defiance spun on its axis, launching a spread of missiles that tracked their targets with terrifying intelligence. Each found its mark, punching through shields the raiders had thought impenetrable. Explosions blossomed in the black like deadly flowers. The Ravagers tried to coordinate, to use their numbers. The Defiance didn't care. It fought like a cornered predator, savage, efficient, relentless. Its weapons never stopped firing. Its engines never slowed. Where the raiders expected mercy or hesitation, they found only calculated destruction. They're falling back," the sensor officer reported, disbelief coloring every word. Indeed, the surviving raiders were breaking formation, their ships limping away at maximum burn. In less than 4 minutes, a fleet that had terrorized the sector for months had been reduced to fleeing wreckage. The Defiance didn't pursue. Instead, it positioned itself between the Gentle Horizon and the retreating raiders, a silent sentinel. "Freighter Gentle Horizon," Commander Chen's voice returned, gentler now. "This is Defiance. We're transmitting repair nanites and medical supplies. Do you require evacuation?" Zekthar found his voice. "Commander, thank you. But I must ask, your species was declared extinct. How? A pause, then. We got better. Humanity has spent 2 centuries rebuilding, learning from our mistakes. When we finally reached the stars again, we found a galaxy terrorized by predators like the Ravagers. We've decided that's unacceptable. You're protecting us? The Council never mentioned. The Council doesn't know we're back. Not officially. But we've been out here in the dark, hunting the hunters. Every raider fleet, every slaver ring, every force that preys on the innocent. We're coming for them all. The galaxy fell to raiders because no one had the will to stop them. Another pause. Humanity has the will. Zekthar watched as the Defiance deployed repair drones toward his ship, its weapons still tracking the retreating raiders. What do you want in return? He asked, because in his experience nothing was free. Tell them, Commander Chen said simply. Tell the Council, tell the colonies, tell anyone who'll listen. Tell them that humanity has returned. Tell them the age of raiders is ending. Tell them that in the dark between the stars there are those who fight back. The Defiance began to turn, its engines building up charge. And Captain, tell them that if they need help, if they're under attack, if hope seems lost, just send a signal. We'll come. We always come. With that, the human warship vanished back into slipspace, leaving Zekthar and his crew alive, saved by a species that had every reason to let the galaxy burn. But humans, he was learning, were different. As repair drones sealed the breaches in his hull, Zekthar began composing his report to the Council. They needed to know. In their darkest hour, when the galaxy had fallen to raiders and hope seemed lost, humanity had emerged from the dark. And they had brought the light of defiance with them.